Changes in federal funding are hitting sexual trauma organizations across Louisiana, forcing some to scale back services or cut staff. Breaking overnight, the Senate taking the first big step to end the government shutdown. This comes after a group of Democrats agreeing to a deal with Republicans. And I hear since about 3:30 this morning. I'm going to step out of the way to give you another look of the scene right here. Again, I'm told that this is the first shift of a bus driver. We've learned that the crash involved a state trooper who has been arrested. Take a look at the video that our photographer shot around about 3:30 this morning. Who do not have trust when it comes to the judicial system. How do you plan to do that from the bench? Did you all hear from business owners who gave you, I guess, maybe any pushback, who says that, they can't afford the cost with these new permits and all of these new requirements that come? I thought we were taking a turn, finally getting into this fall weather, Ashley, but it seems like this morning waking up, we're just back to what we're used to.
You say what can make me feel this way. I don't know why the
Heads up, there will be a temporary lane closure and shifts of traffic at this roundabout. This is Highway 30 at the Tanger Mall in Gonzales, starting next Wednesday night. A special session of the Louisiana Legislature begins later this afternoon to address how and when you vote. The agenda is to change the state's election code, including election dates. First responders are getting new training to better handle pipeline emergencies. Kayla Gaston shows us the new tool and the first site to use this in Louisiana. Livingston Parish School is asking voters to approve a property tax renewal on Saturday's election. Leaders say that the 7.0 millage generates about $6 million a year. That money will be used to fund day-to-day maintenance repairs for every school in the district. This is not a new tax. Voters approved that funding in the 1950s. 8 international students at Southern University are being told to get out of the country immediately. The students are from Nigeria and India, and they had their visas pulled without any explanation why. Congressman Cleo Fields is demanding answers from the Trump administration about the situation, asking for specific violations of foreign-born students studying in Louisiana. Chirping birds set the scene outside this purple door in a quiet part of town.
Why don't you put in the bag what you like?
Inside, a woman's story has become a lifeline for others.
I know we have, in case you do hot dogs.
It's not a clinic nor any other office, but for many, it's hope.
Your insurance will pay for your PrEP. If you get on PrEP, they'll pay for your pills.
Dr. Joyce Keller calls her home God's house. She put the word out that she was starting a food pantry, and neighbors and community groups stepped up with donations.
I've got freezers in the back, refrigerators, pantries. I've got food, as you saw, food stacked up in the kitchen.
Diagnosed with HIV nearly 25 years ago, Keller turned her battle into a blessing. When stigma shut doors, she opened hers.
I started trying to have offices in different places. And then I found that people weren't coming as readily as I thought they should. And I realized that that was due to the fact that they were embarrassed, afraid of losing their anonymity, and the stigma that was attached to HIV. Even getting a test caused people to kind of withdraw.
She offers food, testing, and compassion right from her kitchen. One person picking up goods who did not want to be identified says this support makes all the difference.
It's very important for people who are living with HIV that feel stigmatized, that they're able to actually come to someone and be able to relate to them and get what they need.
One misconception experts say is believing HIV can be spread through sharing food or drinks. For Keller, this is not just about survival, but also changing hearts.
One of the hardest populations for me to reach are married women, praying women, and church-going women. And they don't understand that HIV does not ask your religious affiliation. It does not care.
Her mission is to break the silence, especially in the church.
If we could pray away HIV, I wouldn't have it. If we could pray away HIV, it would still not even exist in my world.
She wants faith communities to see HIV as a condition, not a condemnation.
Find some other components of the Bible. Instead of teaching just prosperity, teach health. You need to really become educated. Let's have some real talk.
Keller says the truth can be hard, but her advice is full of hope. She wants people to face HIV with courage, not fear. What would you say to someone who's recently diagnosed but afraid to come forward?
It's not a death sentence. I would say to them that it's just a life change. It's life altering. because you got to attend maybe more doctor's appointments.
Her words and support are changing lives one visit at a time.
You're more than welcome, and we will see you next time.
All right.
You take care.
And over the past year, she's provided resources to more than 2,000 people. A house filled with faith, food, and a fight to end the stigma around HIV.
I like to come in here and just look at them sometime.
A wall of memories in the Denham Springs home of Monica Gill. Pictures, certificates, and medals of her son Blair.
He was just always honors. I mean, I was even like every time I turned around, I was going to an honors breakfast or something.
Monica says Blair was a good kid. She never thought he would become addicted to opioids. 3 years after his death, she still wonders how he started down that path.
Me and his dad ended up separating when he was 16. And we had we were younger then, and we had split up and got back together. And I think it kind of took a toll on Blair.
Blair went away to Southeastern Louisiana University, got a good paying job, became a husband and father. For more than 15 years, Monica says Blair battled his addiction in different treatment centers, but in June 2019, his youngest brother made the heartbreaking phone call.
He said, well, Blair died. And I just remember coming in the living room with the phone and giving it to my husband.
He died from an overdose of painkillers at 37 years old.
I was shot a total of 9 times while taking a bath, which left me paralyzed from my chest down.
Life changed forever in 2017 for Angela Gabriel. She was home with her then boyfriend, arguing over nasal care for their youngest son. She didn't think much of the disagreement and decided to go take a bath.
I remember get into the tub, and then the next thing I know, I look up and he's standing in the doorway, and I see the last 2 gunshots.
The Baton Rouge mom of 4 says she was blamed for being shot 9 times.
I got him to dial 911 after his classic line of, "Look what you made me do, Angie."
Her ex was convicted of attempted murder and sentenced to 45 years in prison.
I got lost my life that day behind love, or behind what I thought was love.
For a physical domestic just occurred. Female victim, 3 months pregnant.
Domestic violence already rising in Louisiana and expected to increase even more this summer. Experts cite the combination of extended periods of time at home, financial strains, and increased substance abuse as the reasons why.
Children are out of school when obviously budgets become, or families, financials become more strained because we've got to provide daycare or places for the children to be.
National estimates anticipate a summer surge of domestic violence anywhere between 12 to 20% across the country.
It's always heartbreaking to consider that it's 2025 and we're still seeing victims and children experience and be exposed to violent persons.
Patty Freeman is the executive director of the Irish Domestic Violence Center, helping survivors and their children across 8 parishes escape abusive relationships, providing them with housing, transportation, clothes, and other services.
We're going to do everything in our power to keep those persons safe. There's nothing to fear here.
State lawmakers giving more funding for centers like Irish to address the disturbing trend. The state Supreme Court mandating domestic violence training for all Louisiana judges. Freeman believes families and neighbors can help too.
It takes the entire community, not just our legislators and government, to identify the problem and step up and say something if something is seen, and encourage victims to come forward.
Gabriel, who is now paralyzed from the chest down, admits she did not come forward because of shame, saying she also wanted her children to grow up in a 2-parent home.
We always think, we got to be together, we have to be in the same household. No, you don't.
And she admits ignoring red flags.
I had the red flags. I just ignored them out of love. He actually threatened to kill me 90 days before that.
Gabriel shares her traumatic experience with women and men, encouraging them to leave abusive relationships and seek counseling for anger management.
Make a plan. Don't feel like you're gonna be failed. Reach out to someone that you love, someone that you trust. Do not be ashamed to be open to someone and tell them this is what's happening.